So when you look at Silicon Valley software companies today, do you see some companies out there thrashing about?
Plenty of them. We have a bit of a simplistic attitude in Silicon Valley where, people say things like just spend for $1 billion, just spend and hire and just go as hard as you can. And oftentimes people, start spending and hiring in very unwise fashion. The reality is, when you build companies, it's like cell division. You hire one salesperson, then you hire two, then you hire four. You don't hire 10 all at the same time. So it is a very organic process, and you can only push that as fast as it will go, so that you're efficient in scaling, rather than we always like to say, okay, we can't spend to $1 billion, but we can organize for $1 billion, so that we can prepare ourselves to take the resources and then deploy them efficiently so that they yield. We use the term yield a lot. If we invest, will it yield? Will it convert to an outcome? Because oftentimes we apply resources, they don't convert to outcome, and the companies just become fat, dumb, and unhappy.
You said at an event of ours back in November that the Valley is, quote, fundamentally in a good place. You pointed to all the capital that's sloshing around out here, but that there aren't enough good people to be running these companies.
We have plenty of capital. We have plenty of ideas. We don't have enough people to take that money and take those ideas and convert them.
Why is that?
That's been true. Ask venture capitalists. They will tell you that's been true forever. There's always been a shortage on people to run companies.
What do you think about that fact? You're a venture guy, and as part of what you do.
I would say when there's excess capital in the world, when you have large platforms like Google and Amazon and Microsoft growing at the rates that they are, particularly around software, they're going to vacuum up the talent. You're going to have an escalation in what it costs to hire that talent. I mean, there are some fresh students out of university today in machine learning that are earning over $500,000 a year in year one as an engineer. And so there is this war for talent. But I fundamentally believe that the ecosystem in Silicon Valley, the capital, the people, et cetera, is as vibrant as it's ever been. I mean, remember, Silicon Valley builds on itself generation after generation. There's an organization that's gotten started recently called Operator Collective, group of largely women operators, the best operators in Silicon Valley, that are investing their expertise and their capital into these companies to help them scale. And so I'm very bullish on the state of affairs in Silicon Valley. But the reality is we will have more remote workforces. Whether you look at the tax regime or the lack of human capital here, there will be other places that Snowflake hires talent in order to achieve its goals.
It takes time to produce good operators, and because it takes time, they're scarce, right? I've worked with plenty of companies where the CIOs are in their early and mid-30s, and they're smart, they're aggressive, they're energized, they have all the right stuff. What they don't have is experience. How do you get somebody experienced that quickly, right? That's the hard part.